Hi friends, good evening. I welcome you all to today's grammar class, parts of speech, preposition. So before starting the class, please share it to all your friends and groups friends, as it is very useful to everyone, and subscribe my channel. Thank you for supporting my channel. And let us start the today's class. Today's class is preposition. What is a preposition? A preposition is placed before a noun or a pronoun to show its relation with another word. It shows the relation between a noun or pronoun. It comes before a noun or pronoun and shows its relation with another word in the sentence. Shows the relation between a noun or pronoun and another word in the sentence. A preposition is placed before a noun or a pronoun to show its relation with another word. Let us see the examples. He jumped into the well. He jumped into the well. So into is a preposition. Into is a preposition. So let us remove this into and read the sentence. Let us see the meaning. He jumped the well. He jumped the well. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't give any meaning. So into, if we use into, it gives complete sense. It makes complete sense. It gives complete meaning. He jumped into the well. Now into shows the relation between the well and the verb jumped. The well is a noun. Jumped is a verb. Into shows the relation between jumped and the well. Jumped where? He jumped where? He jumped into the well. He jumped into the well. Into preposition tells us he jumped into the well. Where he jumped, the into, the preposition tells us where he jumped. He jumped into the well. So here it shows the relation between the verb and the noun. Between the verb and the noun. So if we don't use correct preposition, the entire sentence goes wrong. It is meaningless. And similarly, so that's why prepositions are equally important. Very important in every sentence. If we use the correct preposition, the sentence will be correct and makes complete sense, correct sense. Or else the sense will be wrong. The meaning will be wrong entirely. So we need to practice the prepositions. We need to learn them by practice, by rules, by practice and all. And here the book is on the table. The book is on the table. Here on is a preposition. On is a preposition. So let us remove on and read the sentence. The book is the table. The book is the table. The book is the table. The book becomes the table. So it gives a wrong sense. It gives a wrong meaning if we don't use the correct preposition. You see, preposition, though small, it is equally important, very important in every sentence. So we need to learn them properly and perfectly use them in all situations. So the book is on the table. Here on shows the relationship between the table and the book. Where is the book? Where is the book? The book is on the table. The preposition tells us where the book is. The book is on the table. On the table. Then now we can understand where the book is. The preposition tells us where the book is. So here on shows the relation between the table, noun, and the book is also noun. Between a noun and noun. Shows the relation between two nouns. Here between verb and noun. The book is on the table. Similarly, she is in the kitchen. She is in the kitchen. Here in is a preposition. So let us remove in and read the sentence. She is the kitchen. She is the kitchen. She becomes the kitchen. So it gives completely a wrong sense, a wrong meaning we are getting. So that's why it is very important to learn prepositions and use them appropriately in all situations. So here she is in the kitchen. In is a preposition. Here shows the relation between the kitchen and she. She is a pronoun. Shows the relation between a pronoun and a noun. Where she is. Where is she? She is in the kitchen. In the kitchen. In shows where she is. She is in the kitchen. So in is very important here. And he is walking along the road. Here along is a preposition. Along, this is the road. Along the road means by the side of the road he is walking straight. So he is walking along the road, we say. Along the road, straight, along with the road. He is walking along the road. The child is walking across the river. So this is the river. If we go like this, it is called across. The child is walking across the river. Across the river. If like this means along the river. This is along the river. This is across the river. The child is walking across the river. So across is a preposition. Along is a preposition. So similarly, there are a lot of prepositions, a number of prepositions, simple prepositions, phrase prepositions, and so there is a lot about prepositions. Here let us, we are discussing briefly about what a preposition is. List of prepositions. Let us see the list. So in, on, at, by, for, from, of, up, to, without, about, across, along, among, around, before, behind, below, between, beyond, inside, outside, with, within, and there are many others. These are all simple prepositions. Even phrase prepositions are there. So there are many. I have written some. For example, he stood by the temple. He stood by the temple. Here by is a preposition. Here by is a preposition. He stood by the temple. By means near. The meaning is near. He stood near the temple. That is the meaning of by. So in some cases, sometimes we cannot understand the meaning of the sentence unless we know its meaning, unless we know that preposition. So this is all about preposition. While discussing about a preposition, let us go in depth, deeply, in a detailed way. Let us discuss prepositions. Here, next part of speech is conjunction. What is a conjunction, friends? It joins two words or sentences together. It is doing the work of a goldsmith, joining two parts together. Okay, and it joins two words or sentences together is called as a conjunction. So let us see some conjunctions, some examples. He is neither diligent nor intelligent. He is neither diligent nor intelligent. Diligent means a very beautiful word for hard working. Hard working everybody knows. Instead of hard working, if we use diligent, it looks beautiful. So he is neither nor gives negative meaning. He is neither diligent nor intelligent. He is neither hard working nor intelligent. He is not hard working, he is not intelligent. That is the meaning of that sentence. So neither nor is a conjunction. So connecting two words or sentences, two words together. Though he worked hard, he failed. Though he worked hard, he failed. Though is a conjunction. Though is a conjunction connecting two sentences together. Subordinate conjunction. If it rains, the match will be cancelled. So if clauses. If is a conjunction. If is a conjunction joining two sentences together. If clause. If it rains, the match will be cancelled. If clause rules. Simple present, simple future will be cancelled. Unless you work hard, you cannot reach your goal. Unless you work hard, you cannot reach your goal. Unless is a conjunction joining two sentences together. Unless is negative, so we have to add another negative to get the positive meaning. Unless you work hard, you cannot reach your goal. Work hard, lest you should fail. Work hard, lest you should fail. Lest, the meaning of lest is otherwise. Work hard, otherwise you should fail. Lest is followed by should. So that is also a conjunction. I would rather starve than beg. I would rather starve than beg. Starve. Starve means without eating food. Without eating food. Hungry. I would rather starve than beg. I don't beg. If I remain, I am ready to remain starved. I am ready to starve rather than begging. I don't beg. If necessary, I will starve. I can remain without eating any food rather than begging food. So rather than is a conjunction. So I hope you understood here the prepositions, what is a preposition, as well as a conjunction, the function of conjunction and the examples. So let us proceed further. Let us see the list of conjunctions. These are all conjunctions: as, since, because, though, although, even though, but, yet, still, therefore, and therefore, so, so that, or else, otherwise, and so, and all WH words, what, where, why, these are all WH words. So these are all the conjunctions. We connect two sentences with all these conjunctions. Okay, we studied. Now last part is interjection. What is an interjection? It expresses some sudden feelings or emotions. Suddenly we express some certain feelings, certain emotions. So they are all called as interjection. Sudden feelings, express sudden feelings or emotions. So let us see the examples. Hurrah, we have won the match. So out of great joy, hurrah, hooray, we have won the match. Hooray, we have won the match. So out of great joy, we express great joy. Hooray expresses joy. Hooray, we have won the match. We have won the match. We cannot control our feelings. So at the time we use interjection. So the word is followed by an exclamatory mark. And alas, he is dead. Alas, he is dead. Alas expresses sorrow and sadness. Alas, he is dead. Alas, interjection. My God, I forgot to send him the money. My God, I forgot to send him the money. My God, sudden shock actually. My God. So exclamatory. Ah, what a lovely baby. Ha, what a lovely baby. Ha, my God. Bravo, well played. Bravo, well played. Ouch, you have stepped on my foot. Ouch, you have stepped on my foot. So these are all expressing some sudden feelings. So these are all come under interjection. So followed by exclamatory mark, very easy to understand and identify. So hooray expresses joy, alas expresses sorrow. Certain other words like oh, alas, my God, oops, ouch, etc. are used in interjection. And parts of speech completed, my dear friends. I hope that you understood all the parts of speech in a detailed way, in depth. We have studied deeply. Now sometimes the same word can be used as different parts of speech. So according to its function, we can decide whether it is a noun or a verb or an adjective. According to its function in a sentence, it can be decided. Let us see one or two examples. Same word used as different parts of speech. I fast on Tuesdays. I fast on Tuesdays. Fast. Here it is a verb. Fast is a verb. I fast on Tuesdays. Fast here, fast meaning is I will remain without taking any food. I will remain without taking any food. I fast on Tuesdays. Fast is a verb. The dog ran at a fast pace. The dog ran at a fast pace. Here pace is a noun. So fast is an adjective. It came before a noun, describing a noun. So fast is an adjective. Same fast. Here fast is used as a verb. Here fast is used as an adjective because it came before a noun, describing a noun. Here it is action word, describing action, fast. He ran fast. He ran fast. Ran is a verb. So fast is an, here fast. He ran fast is an adverb. Because you see, he ran is a verb, ran fast. Fast adds some meaning to the verb ran. So fast is an adverb. The same word fast, here verb, here adjective, here adverb. Same word used as different parts of speech. So according to its function, we will decide what part of speech is it. Always, all the time, the same word cannot be the same part of speech. So that according to its function, we have to decide. We have to understand, we have to decide which part of speech is it. So thank you very much for watching my video. So before, please, once again reminding you all to share it, like and share it to all your friends and groups friends. Very useful. And please subscribe my channel. Thank you for all your support and watching my video. Thank you.